Unfortunately, I'm not sure if or when things will ever get back to normal, whatever that is in the gaming industry, but especially for Xbox, I really think that it's one of the things that, people are never going to kind of stop talking about. And Microsoft literally shoots themselves in the foot, right? Time and time again. Okay, people excited for the Xbox showcase. It looks like it's going to be, something great. And then what happens? Well, this stuff happens. And it doesn't make any sense, is I think the main problem with all of this stuff, right? So when we look into this, there realistically is not much a reason to buy an Xbox these days. I'm just trying to be honest. Like, I like Xbox itself. The Xbox itself is good. But at the end of the day, what is the real reason to buy one? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And this makes you, hate the leadership of Xbox all the more. This honestly blows my mind that this was even said. So we know that Microsoft closed Tango and they closed Arcane Austin, and again, they closed the studio. Tango Gameworks did a smaller game with Hi-Fi Rush. It was very well received, won awards, a lot of accolades. They shut them down, and then the boss of Xbox Studios says they need more games like Hi-Fi Rush. Make it make sense. I don't get it. So, a day after closing Hi-Fi Rush developer Tango Gameworks, Xbox Studios boss Matt Booty told staff that the company needs smaller games to give us prestige and awards. According to this, Matt Booty addressed staff at a town hall meeting following the shuttering of several Bethesda studios. While it could be debated exactly how small the title is by Microsoft's own definition, the platform holder has in the past described Hi-Fi Rush as one of its smaller games, quote unquote. Hi-Fi Rush won the 2023 CEDEC Award for Sound, the 2023 Game Award for Best Audio Design, the Tin Pan Alley Award for Best Music in a Game from the New York Game Awards, a GDC Award for Best Audio, and a BAFTA for Animation. Now, following the publication of Booty's comments, Hi-Fi Rush director John Johannes seemingly reacted by posting a screenshot featuring an exasperated character from the game itself, which, hey, take shots at Microsoft all you can, in my opinion. They're the ones that really kind of screwed this all up for everybody, and it's really unfortunate because now we know that they were pitching the idea that they were going to make Hi-Fi Rush 2. So, yeah, we were going to get Hi-Fi Rush 2, and Arcane Austin was going to go work on a new game in the Dishonored series. So, yeah. And officially, it wasn't because Hi-Fi Rush was a flop, or it wasn't because Redfall was a flop. Officially, apparently the reason why they cut those studios loose was because they weren't actively working on something, and they were asking for the right to go hire more people. So that's the reason why, if you can believe it, so because they weren't actively working on something, that's the reason. That's a piss poor reason in my opinion. But again, what can you do? It feels like, Microsoft is going to continually shoot themselves in the foot. So, I think people are kind of fed up with it. Now, Hi-Fi Rush earned a Metacritic score of 87 on Xbox. 96% of critics recommended it on OpenCritic. Following the announcement of the closure, former Tango game boss Shinji Mikami wrote on Twitter, "Tango closed, sad." Hi-Fi Rush was the final game released by the studio before Mikami's exit, and the first not directed by the veteran Japanese director. In the fallout of Tuesday's news, it's claimed that both Arcane Austin and Tango Gameworks were in the process of pitching new titles. A new report from Bloomberg claims that Arcane was looking to return to its immersive simulation roots with, of course, a new entry in the Dishonored series. Following the closures news, Arcane boss called the move a effing gut stab in a public statement. currently working on Blade, Xbox's first collaboration with Marvel games. So yeah, it's a complete shit show. Let's just be real about it. At this point, I'm not sure what can be said. Apparently, things are going to get even worse. There's lots of talk and some scuttlebutt behind the scenes. Basically, what happened was Phil Spencer, Xbox was kind of flying under the radar to Microsoft, but then the Activision purchase makes people ask a lot of questions, unfortunately, and those questions led to nothing good, because you need to start having, something to show for all the money that you're spending. And apparently, they wanted that right now. I mean, to me, if you're going to buy something like Activision, I would expect to see, a situation where down the line you would see, it would take years to really kind of see something from these. It's clear that whoever is calling the shots, or whatever the case may be, doesn't understand how gaming works. And, it's super unfortunate, because it seems like they're very impatient about it, and now they've taken away pretty much any reason to actually own an Xbox. So, again, we're living in this weird kind of world where Microsoft can't stop shooting themselves in the foot. And they keep, giving... Here's the thing that pisses me off. Like, that whole team needs to go. Bond, Aaron Greenberg, Phil Spencer, Matt Booty, Tim Stewart, they all need to go, right? But even that wouldn't necessarily mean anything, because if it's, Satya doesn't believe in it or doesn't like Xbox or whatever the case may be, so it doesn't matter. But, and I said this yesterday on social media, Phil Spencer was tasked with selling Xbox consoles and making games to sell games to people, right? How did he mess that up so bad, right? He actively told people not to buy Xboxes, and then created a service that hurts sales of games, right? Think about that. His job was to sell games, and his job was to sell consoles. But what did he do? He told people they didn't need to buy their console, and they didn't need to buy their games. It's absolutely unbelievable, in my opinion. Like, he had two jobs. Make games to sell to people, make a console and sell it to people. How is that difficult? Really? Somebody tell me. I would love to know. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this. I will, of course, link this in the description. Thanks for watching. I'm Crap Gamer. This is Crap Gamer Reviews. Rack 'em up.